commonality to share. A few days after my brother passed away, my mom calls me. She told me she was calling to see how I was doing because all the attention was on him and his sickness and him passing away and whatnot. She wanted to check on me and see how I was doing. Did I feel neglected or deprived or whatever? Well, I didn't feel any of these things, first off, and she hasn't called or talked to me in a really long time anyway, so what's the difference? But aside from that, one of the things she said politely was she was feeling under the weather, which is very common for as long as I've known her, which is my entire life. So getting sick and sleep deprived and with all the craziness, she was feeling under the weather. And how am I doing? I don't get sick. She's like, sure, everybody gets sick. No, Mom, I don't get sick. And she kind of just sighed, and few and far between. But again, like I said, for as long as I've known my mother, she gets sick quite often. The same thing happened with my brother, at least for the close times I had when I was helping taking care of him and raising him for the first 10, 12 years of his life. He was constantly bumping, bruising all over the place and got sick quite often. Or at least he said he did. Stayed home from school, etc., etc. And back to me. I don't. Throughout my life I got sick maybe once every year or something bad every decade. And I don't get sick, and I don't focus on prevention or if anything happens, it's not there for me in my life. And the rare occasion that anything does happen and I feel under the weather, it lasts for maybe 1 or 2 days, if at all. And sometimes it's painful, and I don't take any drugs or medications, although sometimes I wish I could because I just want to be knocked out and sleep so I don't feel the pain. But perhaps that's one thing that has made me stronger, is being able to deal with the pain and survive through it and get through it. Again, it goes through me really quick. Time relative stances. And makes me, where does that attach to other areas of my life? Like how strong I am in that. And it's not something I think about or focus on, so it doesn't affect me. Where there's other areas, like as far as money and home, relationship, etc., or lack thereof, that's what I see and that's what I'm focusing on, hence not having, because I'm seeing not having. Download. So I'm not weak. I am strong. And although I keep putting myself through this bullshit, and I'd rather let go of the weight I'm carrying, which I get to, I just don't know how, and it's like, just do it. How? I keep mustering my on. For some reason, apparently, I enjoy the struggle. You think about pressure, and I carry a whole lot more pressure than people would even think is possible for one little human being, right? Little old me carrying all this pressure when many and most people would crumble under the type of pressure, right? And yet we move on. And yet we move on and trudge forward, even though there are often, many times, despite, remember my commitment to seeing through rose-colored glasses, I caught myself. I was saying rose-covered glasses for a while, and they're colored. They're colored glasses. Blue, pink, purple, polka dots, whatever. Over and over again, and I lost track of where I was going before that came up. Of seeing the different perspectives, and I remember not wanting to be here anymore and hate this fucking place, and 2025. There's still time. There's still time left in it for things to change in the instant. I'm available for all things to escalate quickly in my favor right now. Right now. And back to pressure. What's the saying? Diamonds are formed and molded under extreme amounts of pressure. So am I meant to be a diamond? Am I a diamond? Getting a chip off the armor? I don't know. Or what did one of my coaches tell me once? Yes. Almost 10, 25, 8, 9 years ago now, around New Year's. I'm a butterfly in rhinoceros clothing, hard outer shell and a soft, delicate interior. I don't know. If that's your perception of me, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. That's the approach. What you focus on, you'll find, and even its opposite will still bring to the fact that it's things. So I study everything's not related. Everything affects everything. Nothing is separate. And I get to bring all those things together with not getting sick. So how can I bring those things together in life, relationship, money, a home, not just a home, but a home of my own to create and grow, and a kitchen to cook in, and create so many things that I get to give away. How can I be useful? How can I share? This diamond is ready to glow. Sharper than a knife. Ready to break glass. Because I'm the kind of person who wins. I'm the kind of person who does what she says she's going to do. Always have been. Always has been. I'm the kind of woman who steps up to the plate and swings and doesn't miss. Diamonds are molded and formed under extreme amounts of pressure. And they're meant to shine.